Hey guys, welcome to the review and results show for the February 13th, 2023 edition of AEW Dark Elevation. My name's Dan, and I review each and every AEW show. That's everything from this to all of their pay-per-views, so if you missed this show and you want a quick recap, or you enjoy every show and you want a place to talk all things AEW, you can do so right here. So please go right below this video, click that like button, the subscribe button, and the notification bell. Doesn't only let you see past, present, and future reviews that I do, but also allows others to find my channel. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. Dark Elevation begins with El Dragon, El Cobarde, and Very Morales. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing any of those names, taking on the Dark Order, and John Silver's strength was on full display in this match. Stood his ground during a shoulder tackle. He picked up Morales at one point, launched him like a lawn dart, and then ran right through him, pushing him through the ropes. This is the John Silver I absolutely love to see. The opposing team was able to get in some offense in here with El Cobarde, getting some decent strikes in, but that didn't last too long as Dark Order absolutely dominating this one and ended up getting the win with their classic combination offense. We then go backstage where Matt Hardy standing with Ethan Page, and Matt is very apologetic about how things have been going on, especially within that trios title match that they lost. And Matt is really laying it on thick here. He's saying he's never teamed with someone quite like Ethan before, that he makes him better, that they're so much alike, even goes as far as to give Ethan Page a shirt that Ethan would love. And I've been thinking that Matt was playing an angle this entire time since they've joined the firm, since they've had to join the firm. And this was confirmed to me when they embraced, and you can see Matt look at the camera for a split second. You blink and you miss it. Just take a look, a little still frame of it. Just take a look at it. He's looking right at you, telling you guys, don't worry, I got a plan, and I can't wait to see what happens from this. I love when they do stories like this on shows like this because they're so much fun. I really can't wait to see what Matt Hardy does next. Back to the ring, and speaking of the firm, we got Big Bill making his 2023 singles debut in AEW, taking on a man who's making his AEW debut in Gino. Congrats to him on that. But this was as one-sided as you could get, with Bill just really doing all that he wanted in this match, throwing him around like he was nothing. Even when Gino got in any sort of offense, it didn't affect Bill at all. I also loved how much of a heel that Bill has become and how great he is at it. With every time Gino got any sort of chance in, he would mock the crowd. Really good stuff here, and he ends up picking up the win with a gigantic chokeslam. Up next, we got Leila Grey. We got Jade Cargill teaming up against Toulouse Tormenta and DD Doom. I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing that first one. This was another dominant performance on this show, especially from Jade and Leila, who both basically did what they wanted when they wanted throughout this match. Jade herself was incredibly dominant in this match, fending off both of her opponents. Didn't really need Leila. Leila just chilled in there in the corner for the latter half of this match when she delivered a devastating kick to the face, while also a fall-away slam to the other with the kick up. Very impressive stuff here, and it is Jade who picks up the win with the Jaded, and that moves her to 52-0. After that, it's Jastin Taylor, not to be confused with the Miami Dolphin Hall of Famer Jason Taylor, going up against The Machine, the Embassy's Brian Cage, with Prince Nana with him. And as I've been saying throughout this entire show, it's gonna be a theme, you're gonna hear it more often. Brian Cage was absolutely dominating in this performance. He used his strength to his advantage and looked absolutely incredible doing it. He's been on an absolute roll lately, and I can't wait to see what he does in his match against Jungle Boy. This was a no contest as Brian Cage wins with a drill claw. Then we had Emi Sakura and Nyla Rose taking on Skye Blue and Madison Rayne before the match. Vicky got a nice ovation with the Eddie chants from the crowd, which he shouted, "Excuse me." That doesn't really happen too often, but when we're in a place like El Paso, you know there's going to be tons of respect for not only Eddie, but the entire Guerrero family. It's something that was even on display during the match. And speaking of the match, this is a very, very solid tag team match on both sides, and it was the most competitive match throughout the entire show. You had Skye Blue almost hit Nyla Rose with the Canadian Destroyer, but Nyla Rose was too smart for her and sat down right on her. Almost got the 3 right there. you had Emmy flying through the ropes, taking Skye Blue down to the outside, and just when Skye Blue was able to get some sort of control during the match, when the referee's back was turned, in comes in Vicky, spearing her. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. It might have happened and maybe I somehow missed it, but the crowd absolutely ate it up. They loved it. Not too long after that, when the match really broke down because everyone was just taking out everybody, it was the heels that would ultimately take control and get the win here. This was a fun way, by far the best match of the show. Go out of your way to watch this one. Up next is VertVixen making her 2023 AEW debut versus Yuka Sakazaki, and both women look fantastic in this one. A nice springboard dropkick from Yuka, and then you had VertVixen with a nice combination offense here. The leg trip into a sitting reverse STO, and then getting into a ton of offense in the corner. I really liked her. This is my first time watching her. She's a lot of fun to watch. Hopefully we get to see more of her in AEW in 2023. Yuka would end up taking control though and showing how strong she was with that nice looking airplane spin into a magical girl splash for the win for Yuka. Right after this match though, Athena came out and hit her from behind, reminding everybody who she is, because it's been a long time since we've seen her, and it's been a long time since we've seen any sort of thing with this feud. So it's a nice reminder of that, and it's something that's going to continue to go forward right into the next ROH pay-per-view. After that, we got one half of the Varsity Athletes, Josh Woods, taking on Man Scout. And first off, I would like to say that I've never seen Man Scout wrestle before, but I thought he was a ton of fun here, trying to wrestle and read a book at the same time. It may be a little too silly to some, but it's different and it's fun, and I really enjoyed it. But Josh Woods certainly didn't, and he's the wrong guy to do this sort of thing against, as he's a no-nonsense type of competitor in the ring. Absolutely manhandled him, made short work of him as well, and ends up getting the win with a rolling German suplex. Personally, I'd much rather see him against a guy like Danhausen. I think that could be a ton of fun. Or even a guy like Orange Cassidy, who would also be a ton of fun. Either one of them would be great. Personally, though, I would probably prefer Danhausen. Main event time, as is Aydan, Colt, and Frank Stone taking on the Best Friends. And what better way to end this show, I guess, with yet another one-sided match here. Even though Aydan and Frank got in some offense, this match was really never in doubt at any point. You had Trent, who delivered a huge, big-time back body drop on Aydan, who, credit to him, got a lot of air here. And then they hit the soul food into a half and half. And of course, you gotta give the people what they want. Big-time hug right in the center of the ring here. And they both deliver both of their finishers to end this here with yet another win for the Best Friends. But the most fun part was the very end of this show, where Aubrey was trying to raise Trent's hand. It's like, Trent's like, no, I'm gonna raise your hand. And they kept on going back and forth with it. Fun way to end things here. That was AEW Dark Elevation. What did you guys think about it? Please let me know down in the comment section below. Matches to go out of your way to see. Certainly that women's tag. And Yuka versus VertVixen, not just because they were far from one-sided, but they were also a lot of fun to watch. And with that being said, if you enjoyed this review, please go right below this video, click that like button, that subscribe button, and ring notification bell, because always I let you see past, present, and future reviews that I do, but also allow others to find my channel. So thank you guys once again for checking out this review, and thank you guys for being all elites.